Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So I am offsite today. I'm going to explain why. But first of all, let's talk about Bitcoin. What the hell happened? Look at where we are right now, 60,500. Kind of sucks that Bitcoin took another dump today. Why are we going down further? What is going on? Let me try to explain what happened today and what to look forward to. Is October canceled? Well, first of all, this is kind of frustrating. I've expressed this already. Today, the broader market was great. Dow was up 431 points. NASDAQ was up 100, right? And Nvidia and tech, they didn't do so well today, but overall today was a green day. And that makes today more frustrating. Why didn't Bitcoin follow? Why didn't crypto go up? Well, there are several reasons why. First off, we did have the Fed minutes, and this does show that officials were kind of divided about the 50 basis point cut that we had. A lot of people thought it should have been less. So this does make it seem like the liquidity injection that a lot of people are anticipating, well, it does seem like it may not be as much as anticipated, right? And we know the next one, which is coming out next month, is probably going to be 25 basis points. Um, so it's not as much as we thought for this year. We know it will continue, but it's not as much as we thought, right? So, that kind of dampened the mood a little bit. And because of it, right, the DXY went up a lot today. In fact, the DXY has been going up for over a week. So what this says is a lot of investors are starting to get not as bullish. They're not turning bearish, but not as bullish. A lot of investors are now turning to the dollar, right? And because of this, I think Bitcoin and crypto has suffered a little bit because generally speaking, when you see the DXY go up, Bitcoin crypto struggles a little bit, right? So I do think this plays into it. Obviously, there are a lot more factors at play. Tomorrow, we're going to get CPI reading. Friday, we're going to get another inflation reading, PPI reading. There's a lot more economic data coming out, but DXY going up is certainly having effect on Bitcoin and crypto right now, right? Also, the 10-year yield is going up, high since July. That also tells you something. Okay. So from I guess a macro perspective, there is a little bit, just a little bit more fear than before. Okay. So that's causing a little bit of disruption right now. However, again, like I've been saying for this first week, and now we're 2 days into the second week, does that mean things are over? Certainly not. Yes, we're back down to 60,500 right now. And yes, that kind of sucks. But of course, we saw that many times in September. This is not a new mark that we haven't seen before. And of course, the fundamentals are still growing. Okay. In fact, I am here in Salt Lake City actually attending permissionless for a couple of reasons. Number one, to see the crypto crowd here and see the projects that are here. And number two, because there is another IFC fight. But there are many in the space that are building. There are many that are excited. Okay, Van Eyck is one of them. They are now going to invest in early stage projects with their new $30 million fund. Okay, money is flowing in, not just with ETFs. Of course, we know there are billions upon billions flowing to ETFs, but there are a lot of money that's also going into early stage projects. Okay, and speaking of ETFs, there are going to be ETF options coming up too. So that means there will be more money flowing in from the institutions and Wall Street guys, right? But it's not just the big guys. retail, millennials, okay, the Gen Zs, the Gen X, whatever else, what other generations. The new guys, the new generations, they're not thinking about anything else other than crypto, right? So we have newer and newer generations getting involved, getting exposure. That is exciting, right? So we are still very, very, very early indeed. So is October canceled? No, it's still very, very early. This choppiness that we have seen, guess what? We have seen this before. Okay. This choppiness actually happened, guess what? Last year in October. We saw the same kind of choppiness happen the first week of October in 2023, right before the huge move upwards. We're seeing the same thing now. Coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this is just a precursor to shake out the weak hands before a big move comes, right? It can certainly happen. Remember what happened last year? We had a big shakeout and then boom, we went straight up and never stopped, right? So is October over? No, certainly not. And in terms of where we are in this cycle after the halving event, we're about 11% over. And look at all the previous cycles, besides the very first one. The second one, third one, Bitcoin barely moved after 11%, right? But we're right at the cusp of that big, giant movement. So there are still so many things to expect, so many, many days left in this cycle. So this is definitely not time to be bearish, not time to be distracted. This is still the time to be bullish, okay? Bullish about Bitcoin, bullish about crypto, bullish about everything that's being built in the system because we are still so early and there are so many great things still coming, right? Here's something else that's showing a spring. Here's something else that shows what happens after a halving event and the breakout that happens and how many days that follows after a halving event. And this is anticipating where we will end up this cycle around 260,000, where we will end up next cycle 800,000, and the cycle after that $1.9 million, right? It's going to happen. You just have to be patient. So many, many, many things are happening. Also, Hurricane Milton is hitting Florida, category 3, not 5. So that is good, but still, probably a lot of devastation. So prayers go out to everyone that is living in Florida. But overall, guys, I know it's frustrating. It does seem like we're never going up. Trust me, I'm frustrated as well. But I do know this: we will get through it. We will recover. We will go higher. You just have to be a little bit more patient. Okay. So I'm going to be here for a couple more days. So stay strong, stay focused, and I will continue to educate you guys and help you guys stay focused. All right. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.